open.
And watch the skies, travelers. It's Jewel Smith.
I see is dead.
But I'm the Imperial that you see. You mean the next one after me? Okay.
I hope to see you in Windhelm. Good luck.
I'm back, playing as Zephyr, the Dragonborn in Skyrim. Rayloff and I have had a lovely night of playing Hide the Dagger. And now I'm gonna... Well, I'm probably gonna do a little bit more cooking here. Yeah, thank you. Talos is one of the 9 divines, or gods, of Tamriel, which is the continent in which Skyrim is located. But Talos worship has been outlawed here in Skyrim for some lengthy political reasons that I won't go into right now. But that's one of the big reasons why the Stormcloaks are in rebellion. I'm gonna make some more soup. Let's see here. I found some salt so I can make some more things. Pheasant roast, rabbit haunch. Well, let's cook up this rabbit. And cook up some salmon. Some pheasant.
I hope to see you in Windhelm. Good luck.
Okie dokie. Food is very useful early in the game when you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of health healing potions. It's nice to have to help heal you. But as you get higher in level and you start finding a lot of healing potions, I think food's not really very useful. There is one food item though that I found super useful when I was playing in my 3rd playthrough, one of the expansions. I can't remember which one, but you'll see there your magicka will regenerate faster and your magicka is increased quite a bit. So that is a super good one to have if you're playing as a mage or playing as some kind of spellcaster. It's very helpful, but it's kind of difficult to make because it's not easy to find Idar cheese wheels. Moon sugar you can usually get from Khajiit caravans, and ale is not that easy to find either, but you know, if you keep your eyes out you can find quite a bit of it throughout the game and make some elsewhere fondue.
Talos guide you.
Alright, yeah, hey Rayloff. Alright, I've been hanging out here with Rayloff's sister and his brother-in-law Hod. I've been looting their things. I'm not going to steal that. What's in here? Not really worth anything. I have very little gold early in the game, so it's helpful to swipe things and then go sell them. Well, stealing things too, but the problem with stealing things is stolen items can't be sold to normal merchants. They have to be sold to fences. And you don't get fences until you join the Thieves Guild.
Talos guide you.
Yeah, and also you. While I loot... Ooh, saber cat pelt. Let me take that. Anything else I can loot to sell for gold? I'm gonna take your girl's dress, your goat hide. Alright.
Damn faithless Imperials.
Bye, Rayloff. It was fun. But I'll probably see you again on the battlefield after I join the Empire to fight against you rebels. You gorgeous rebels. Alright, so let me dial in here so I can see the live stream chat. Question. Answer them. Let's see here. Oh, I don't want that. I'm trying to... There we go. Now I can see chat. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna grab this chicken egg. Is there an egg in there? Yes, harvest chicken's nest. If I remember correctly, chicken egg is an ingredient in the water breathing potion. I could be wrong. It's been a while. Is that pickable? That's not a pickable item. Hey, chick, 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 chick. Moo cow. Oh, the colors are so vivid. Saturation, that was the word I was looking for yesterday. The saturation on this game seems like it's been turned up. It seemed to me like the original game was a little more gray, a little more washed out maybe. So the colors are definitely more vivid. Hi, who are you?
You're pretty.
Sigrid. I think, do you work in the inn or something? Who are you? You don't know who you are. Oh, let's take some cabbages. Basically, especially at level 1, we're just going to take everything not marked steel, everything that's not nailed down. And more cabbages. Yay! Now, in the last video, Faendal asked me to do something for him. He asked me to help him in his lover's triangle with Sven and Camilla. And I'm going to do that because Faendal is a better follower than Sven. If you can help Sven. Ooh, there's a hawk. I'm not going to shoot him, but if you shoot him, you can get hawk feathers. I think that's helpful in a resist or cure disease potion, not resist disease. I think it's cure disease. Oh, isn't that pretty? Anyway, if you help Sven, you get Sven as a follower. If you help Faendal, you get Faendal as a follower. And I mentioned in the last episode, I think Faendal is a better follower. So I'm going to help Faendal. I've played through this game 3 times for a total of 900 hours. I did use Sven as a follower. I helped Sven in one of the
What is it now,
playthroughs.
Mother?
There's Sven.
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrel.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to
Glad to help any way I can.
You should listen to her.
It was a dragon. It'll kill us all, and then you'll believe me.
That's right. Anyway, yes, I'm running around picking flowers. They're helpful in making alchemy potions. And alchemy potions are like money. Every alchemy potion you make, you can sell and get money. And get experience for making the alchemy potion and for selling it. Speechcraft will improve when you sell items. Okay, Alvor, the blacksmith of Riverwood, and also the uncle of Hadvar, the Imperial guy that you could have followed out of Helgen, but I didn't. I followed Rayloff. How you doing, Alvor?
We get visitors in Riverwood.
Do you need help around the forge?
Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new.
Okay, so this is your little blacksmithing tutorial. Smithing is one of the skills that you have in Skyrim, and you can use it to make your own weapons and armor. You can also use it to make jewelry, which will also improve your smithing skill. Everything you make, everything that you improve,
Good day.
gives you blacksmith skills. So you can improve your weapons at the grindstone, you can improve your armor at the workbench, and that will give you blacksmith skill. And you can make things here, and that will give you blacksmith skill. Yes. I have no shoes. Need to put some shoes on. Alright, so he asked me to make an iron dagger. See, these are all the things you can make in iron. There's studded, leather. There's the jewelry. Now I'm going to tell you how smithing works, okay? A lot of people will say do the iron dagger trick, which is making tons and tons and tons of iron daggers to improve your smithing skill. But that's a waste. It's a total waste of time, okay? It's a waste of time and a waste of resources. Because what you can do is make jewelry. And jewelry is worth a lot more. You get smithing skill based on the value of the item you make. So if you make a silver necklace, that's worth 60. okay? If you make an iron dagger, it's worth 10. So you'd have to make 6 iron daggers for the same amount of smithing you would get from making 1 silver necklace. Now you might say, okay, but iron go north of Whiterun, and that will give me the spell to change iron into silver and gold. It's called transmute. It's a transmute spell. And if you have that, then you get iron, you turn it into silver and gold, then you make jewelry, and you will be getting all kinds of crazy smithing skill. Alright, but we're not going to do all of that today. I'm going to make the iron dagger like he asked me.
Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing.
And I'm going to take it over to him.
Whatever you need. Not
There you go.
bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the grindstone. Now, just about every town in Skyrim will have a blacksmith. Not every town will have the full blacksmithing with the grindstone and the workbench and the forge, but most of them do. See, now I'm using an iron ingot, and I am turning that dagger into the fine iron dagger. See, its damage was 4, now its damage is going to be 6. Yes, let's do that. And the higher your smithing skill, the better you can improve the weapons. There are also potions and enchanted items you can wear, and potions you can drink that will temporarily increase your smithing skill. So it's good to have those. Like, if you want to improve your weapons higher than your smithing skill would allow, you get some of those potions and you get some of those enchanted items.
For a new blade? This looks good.
And you can improve your weapons.
blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. You want
Craft
to
some
keep helping?
leather.
How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack.
Okay.
Aye.
Alright, so this is another thing you can do. There's the tanning rack. I have some deer hide, and I have the saber cat pelt that I just got. And I'm gonna turn it into leather.
I could forge you a... Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
Okie dokie.
Good day.
Alright, so I need to take some leather and turn it into leather strips. Let's do that. So there's leather, and then there's leather strips. Now we'll go to the forge. And what did he want me to make? A leather helmet or a hide helmet? I can't remember. Let's check our quests. There we go. Craft a hide helmet. Alright, I am going to... Okay, Rayloff's sister Gerder asked me to tell them about the dragons. Yes, we'll do that one. I'm not going to retrieve the golden claw right now. I'm going to craft a hide helmet. I'm going to tell... No, I want to deliver Faendal's letter to Camilla. We're not going to talk to Aventus Aretino. That's how you join the Dark Brotherhood, and I'm not interested in doing that in this playthrough. If you want to be an assassin, then go straight to him and do it. Just go straight to Windhelm, find the kid, talk to him, and you'll be on your way to becoming a fantastic assassin. Visit the College of Winterhold. If you want to be a mage, go do that. If you want to be a warrior, you can join the companions in Whiterun. We're going to probably do that later. You can also join the Dawn Guard if you have the Dawn Guard expansion, which I think all the DLC comes with this special edition. So far I've seen several Hearthfire items, so I'm pretty sure the expansions are with this special edition. Okay, but I'm not going to join the Rebellion. I'm not going to pick sides right now, and in fact in my first playthrough I did not deal with the Civil War until I was like, I don't know, level 60 or 70 or something. I mean, it was like way later in the game. Because I wanted to get all the information that I could before I made a decision about one side or the other. And I'm glad I did. Because most people, as soon as they start playing the game, they immediately want to join the Stormcloaks because, hey, the Imperials wanted to chop off my head, and the Stormcloaks are fighting for religious freedom, so... and it's set in Skyrim, so I should join the Nords. Right, well, there's a lot more to it than that. If you care to find out. Alright, so what did I say? Hide helmet? I'm busy yakking and not paying attention. Alright, let's make the hide helmet. Take the helmet to Alvor. Hey, here you go, Alvor.
Huh. I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there.
Okay. Okay, you can use workbenches to improve armor. This is very important because as you level up, here's the thing. Depending on what level you are, you'll find certain qualities of items. At low level, you're going to find iron, you're going to find leather. As you get higher level, you're going to start unlocking things like elvish armor and daedric armor and ebony armor and stuff like that. But regardless, the higher you get in level, even if you find better quality armor, you should still be improving it as much as you can. Now, you know, it's totally optional. Everything in Skyrim is optional. That's the beauty of this game, in my opinion, is that there are so many different ways to play and so many different ways to approach the game. You're not really obligated to do any particular thing. There are so many different ways you can choose to do things. So if you want to ignore smithing altogether, ignore smithing. That's fine too. But, you know, I tend to do a lot of smithing. Even my characters that aren't warriors or, you know, aren't making their own armor, because I usually don't make my own armor to wear, which you can. You can make your own armor and you can enchant your own armor and your own weapons. If you get really high perks and you have really high skill, you can make really good stuff. I tend to just use what I find in the game and then improve it. So anyway, hide helmet, we are going to improve that to fine. Yes.
Whatever I could forge you a warhammer. You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one day. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforged steel, huh?
Okay, thank you. Alright, I need to put some shoes on. Let's check my inventory. What have I got going on? Alright, I have my longbow. Yes, don't care about that. I have my sword. Okay. My apparel. I don't care about that. Let's see here. I want to go with light armor. There's two types of armor. There's heavy armor and there's light armor. Those are governed by two different skills. There's a light armor skill. There's a heavy armor skill. There are perks in both skills. So if you're going to wear heavy armor, I recommend sticking with heavy armor, getting heavy armor perks as your heavy armor skill goes up. I'm going to go with light armor because I'm doing a rogue build. So let's see here. You know, I kind of like that hood. I'm going to equip it. That's ring. Let's see. Now that's heavy armor, but I'm going to hang on to it because for the beginning of the game, I'm going to fight with one sword and shield when I'm not using a bow. I like to use shield because it's an easy skill to increase. When I get that up to 100, I'll probably abandon it and go for dual wielding. Let's see. Imperial light helmet. See, it's not quite as good as the Torturer's hood. So I'm not going to wear that. Light bracers, yes, let's put those on. That's for my arms. Light boots, yes. Hide helmet. Yeah, see, it's still not quite as good as that Torturer's hood that I took off the Torturer, so I like that. Okay, fur boots. You can see down at the bottom where it says armor rating, and then there's a little number in parentheses. See, that'll tell you just at a glance if something's going to be better for you or worse. Or the same. So there you go. All right, armor rating 75. That's pretty good for level 1, I guess. There is this thing called the armor cap in this game. That means that once you get up to, and I think it's around 565, something like that. Once you get an armor rating up to that point, anything beyond it does not actually do you any more good. There's people that I've seen online bragging about, I have 1,000 armor rating. It doesn't matter, because there's this little formula they use to calculate how much damage that you'll take. And regardless of how high your armor rating is, once you get past a certain point, like I said, around 565, 550, something like that, you'll always take the same amount of damage. Like, you have the same percentage of chance to get hit. Like, I don't know what it is, 5%, 10%, something like that. And you can't improve that. That's just the way the game's designed. So anything that gets you up close to that armor cap, of, anything beyond 500 is good. So some people get really into, I gotta use heavy armor because it's high armor rating. Well, if you use light armor and you get the light armor perks, you can get your armor rating up past 500 with light armor. I mean, I think in my first playthrough with Zephyr the first time, eventually I had an armor rating of like 700 and something with just the Nightingale armor, which is light armor. So yeah, that's a little bit of information about that. Okay, we've done all...
Or deal some damage.
I want to buy some things and I want to sell you some things. I don't want to sell you any of that. Let's sell you the fur boots and the hide helmet. And I'm going to hang on to that for now. Anything else he'll buy? Oh, he'll buy deer hide, goat hide, iron ingots, and lockpicks. Okay. Do you have arrows, sir? You know what I realized when I watched through my playthrough yesterday? I was rewatching it. There was a ton of iron arrows I did not loot from the Dead Imperials. I am such a goober. Now see, he's got some enchanted weapons here you can get. Ooh, steel arrows. Those are even better than iron. Tempting. But I don't have a lot of money right now. Oh. Alright, let's see here. I like archery, so I'm gonna take some arrows. Usually arrows are pretty easy to find in this game, so buying them, I don't necessarily need to do, but I'm gonna do, because I just want to have them. Okay, what's he got here? See? Nice stuff. There's the iron ore that you can get and turn into gold and silver. You don't necessarily need to buy it, though. There's iron ore veins all over the place. And these are things that you'll need to improve or make other weapons and armor. Oh, my goodness. Okay. That's it for now, Alvor. Okay. Can I borrow your workbench? Now, look, these down here, steel ingots, iron ingots, they're all marked steel. If I took him, he'd get mad. And I'd get thrown in jail, and I'd have pay a bounty, and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into all that. Alright, Imperial light boots, Imperial bracers, Imperial light helmet. Okay, so I can't improve the Torturer's hood. That's a bummer. If I improve this, what will it get me? It still won't get me better than the Torturer's hood, so... But let's improve my boots. Shall I improve my shield? Why not? Alright, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Nope, I don't want to wait. Nope, I don't want to crouch either. I'm still getting used to the controls. I've been playing Fallout 4 for too long. There we go. Ooh, look at her in her little hood. I like that. Alright, so let's sell the other hat to Alvor.
Whatever you need. Blades, helmets.
Hello. Dr. Fool is asking me, am I a Stormcloak or Imperial? I am Imperial. I haven't joined sides yet. I mean, I am an Imperial by race. I am playing as an Imperial from Cyrodiil. But I will be joining the Imperial side, the Empire's side of the conflict. Let's sell that. Okay. Oh, goodbye, Alvor. Oh, Dr. Fool says you can hold X on items on the ground and run away with them and then take them. Oh, yeah, like drag them out of view of the people who are watching. That's true. I mean, I can steal things. Here's the thing. If you go into crouch, see that little thing that says detected with the eyeball? That means somebody can see me. So if I try to steal something or pickpocket someone, I'm going to be seen, I'm going to be caught. And in fact, I think that even counts if the chickens see you. That kind of sucks, but that's the way it works. But if you go to where... Let's see if we can creep. Let's creep over here in the bushes. Is it gonna... There, see it says hidden. Now if I tried to steal something or kill someone or do something, I wouldn't be seen. That will be important. That will be very important. You have to be in crouch if you're going to try to pickpocket or steal or murder someone. Yes. I have a video from Skyrim on PS3. I actually recorded it by recording my TV screen. And it's on my YouTube channel from way, way back. It's a few years ago. I have a video of my third character, Florine Greenheart, secretly murdering Faendal here in Riverwood in broad daylight. And not getting caught and not getting a bounty for it. So yes, I'm all about the stealth. My second playthrough, I was an assassin, a vampire assassin, so super high stealth. Hey, Faendal. Oh,
as soon as you've given Camilla the letter.
Yeah, I gotta go give her the letter. Okay, let's go do that. Let's give Camilla a letter. And we'll deal with that. And then I'll get Faendal as a follower, and then he'll be able to train me in archery, and I'll be able to level up my character.
Mara bless you for agreeing to help us.
Okay, Mara is one of the divines. She's the goddess of home and marriage.
You're not from around here. I came here from the Imperial Province to work with my brother Luke.
Alright. Faendal asked me to give you this letter and say it was from Sven. Okay, that's if I want to diss Faendal and help Sven. I have a letter for you from Sven. Lie. Yes, let's do that.
Another poem, I bet. He does know how to make a girl blush. What's this? If that oaf thinks all I'm going to do is stay in that filthy house of his and clean, You can tell Sven that he already has a mother. I'm not speaking to him anymore. Good luck. Lucan and I will be waiting for you back in the shop.
Oh, Dr. Fool says marriage is Argo. He's not a marriage candidate. I'm playing on console, so I can't use mods. Of course, there's mods on PC that will make, I think, pretty much anyone a marriage candidate. But in the console version of the game, you can only marry certain people. Alright, where did Faendal go? Do I have a quest marker for him? I do. And Jazargo's not one of them. Camilla is one of them. But I've heard that... hello? Faendal? What are you doing? Okay.
Tell me as soon as you've given Camilla the letter.
I did. I don't think
appreciate your
Camilla...
help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Okay, thanks. Follow me, I need your help. Yay! He is now a follower. Okay, come on, Faendal. Anyway, if I've heard that if you marry Camilla and move her into one of your homes, that Faendal and or Sven will still come and visit her. Which is a little bit, a little odd, I guess. But yes, Camilla's one of the marriage candidates. There's two different types of marriage candidates, or two different categories that they fall into. There are marriage candidates who can also be followers, and there are marriage candidates who do not follow you, who can't go with you on adventures and fight with you. I prefer to marry the ones that can come along with me. So in my games, I've married Stenvar and I married Vilkis in another game, because you can only marry one person. Now, again, if you're on PC, there's console commands, there's mods, but in the console version of the game, you cannot marry more than one person. If you marry someone and then you change your mind and you kill them or they get killed, there's no remarriage. So, anyway, okay. So now I have Faendal as a follower.
Still here.
And now if I say, train me in archery...
I'll show you what I know.
Ah, see, it says times trained this level. I'm level 1, so I can train 5 times. Then when I hit level 2, I'll get 5 more. Level 3, I'll get 5 more. That's 5 of any skill. It doesn't matter what skill it is. I could train once in archery. I could go find somebody else. Train once in light armor. I could go find somebody else. Train once in pickpocketing or whatever. But I can only train any given skill, or combination of skills 5 times per level. And then I can't pay for training again until I level up again. But what's going to happen here is I'm going to pay him for training. See, and it's going to increase my level. Alright, and then I'm going to say, I need to trade some things with you, Faendal. And I'm going to take my gold back. Ah, see how that works? Alright, then I'm going to say, can you train me to be better at archery? And I'm going to go, bam. See, and it's going to level me up. Where now if I exit out, I think it resets back to 0 out of 5. I'm not going to do that quite yet. I'm going to train a couple more times while I can. Alright, I don't have the gold to train again. So I'm going to exit out. I'm going to say I need to trade with you. And I'm going to take my gold back. Uh-huh. Yeah, Dr. Fool. Yeah, I've been talking about doing this with Faendal. I was talking about it in my first playthrough. This is something that I do. It's I don't know, I think it's a good thing to do in the very beginning of the game to help level up and to help improve your archery if you're going to be doing archery. Alright.
I'll show you what I know.
Oh, okay, I can do it one more time. Great.
What do you want me to carry?
And if I had better weapons for him, I can give him weapons and armor and he'll use them. But different followers have different skills and they have different preferences. So like there's certain things, like when I had Vilcus, my third character, Florine, the Pure Mage, married Vilcus, but like he won't wear elven armor. And there's like certain armors that he just won't equip, even if I tell him to, he won't do it. Certain weapons he won't use. So different followers have different preferences. Teldrin Sero, for instance, he wears this like bandana helmet mask thing, and you can't get him to equip like a regular helmet or anything like that. You can't get him to take it off. There's tricks. There's ways to like you can get perfect touch pickpocketing perk and steal his helmet. But that takes a while to get all the way up to perfect touch because you have to have 100 pickpocketing skill. Anyway, but yeah, so certain followers will only use certain weapons, but very generically you can give them weapons and armor and have them use it. Alright, so let's do this. Let's level up. Oh, that's not the level up. Where's the level up? There we go. I can level up. Now I'll be leveling up. Alright. Every time you level up, you can choose an attribute to advance. You have magicka, health, and stamina. Now, if you're playing a mage, you might want to increase your magicka because more powerful magic spells require more magicka to cast. And like when I was doing my pure mage build, she needed lots and lots of magicka to be able to cast lots and lots of shield spells and, destruction spells and healing spells and all the things that she needed to do to take care of herself and Vilcus. But I'm not doing a mage playthrough, I am doing a rogue. So I'm going to go with health. I'm a big fan of having a high health because if you're harder to kill, then it doesn't really matter what your other skills and abilities are. You have high health, you're hard to kill. Stamina is for a couple of things. Stamina is for warriors doing power attacks. Stamina is also how long you can run if you're running away from something. Stamina, I think, affects how much you can carry, your carry weight. And stamina affects how long you can hold your breath while drawing a bow. So, even as an archer, that might be important for me. But right now, early in the game, I'm going to go with health. There we go. And then it says, up at the top there, under level 2, it says perks to increase 1. Every time you level up, you get a perk point. And you can spend that in one of these skills. My recommendation is that you increase your defensive and offensive skills first, because as you level up, so do the enemies that you meet in the game. And so you're going to want to increase those skills that are going to help you against those enemies. Some people jump into the game and start perking, oh, pickpocket, I can steal more gold, or oh, I got a perk, you know, lock picking, so it's easier to pick locks. Well, no, to be honest, I wouldn't even bother with lock picking perks at all. Lock picking is insanely easy, especially if you've played Bethesda games before, and you know how to do the lock picking. All right, so I'm primarily using archery, one-handed, and light armor. And when I say you should perk your offensive and defensive skills, even if you're a mage, right? Especially if you're a mage. If your offensive attack is going to be fireball, and your defense, is going to be, to defend yourself is going to be, oak flesh or something, then you need to make sure that you perk the related skills for that. All right, so I'm going with archery, which is already 20. One-handed is already 21. Light armor. Now, sneak is also handy because as your sneak increases and you get perks for it, you'll do more damage while sneaking. Okay, harder to detect while sneaking. No, I'm not going to do that yet. But you'll see that there's other perks. See, sneak attacks with one-handed weapons do 6 times damage. Well, that's pretty freaking cool. It requires a sneak skill of 30. I only have 17 right now, so I can't get that perk yet. The perk trees work such that you have to unlock the previous perk before you can proceed down the path to the next perk. So I'd have to invest in that one at least once before I could move on to these other perks. Alright, that's how that works. Okay, light armor. Increase armor rating for light armor by 20%. Yes, I like that idea. Let's go with that. If I didn't go with that, I might go... Let's see what's archery give me. Bows do 20% more damage. Ooh, that's a good one too. And one-handed weapons do more damage. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh gosh, defense or offense? Alright, let's go. Let's just go with this for now. Alright, so I'm gonna do more damage with my bow now. Great.
I'm right behind you.
Hey, Faendal. Train me in archery.
I'll show you what I know.
Okay. Look at that. I'm almost already up to level 3 already. Okay, let me take my gold back.
What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know.
See? Leveled up to 3. Alright, take my gold back.
What do you want me to carry?
Of course, I guess I could have started out with a little bit more gold and then gone through this with him.
I'll show you what I know.
But this is what I got, so this is what I'm doing. Alright, so I've trained 5 times at level 2.
What do you want me to carry?
I'm going to take back my gold. And then I'm going to level up again. Dr. Fool says, this follower can die as well. Some are immune, though. Yeah. That's right. Your followers can die. I've been playing Fallout 4, doing some videos in Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, followers cannot die. And I saw an interview with Todd Howard where he said the reason for that was because he knew that players would reload when their followers die. You know, like I said, I was married to Vilcus, or Florine was married to Vilcus, So if he died, I would reload, because of course he's my husband and I care, so, you know, I would reload the game and try to keep him from dying. Well, Todd Howard said that was, you know, it takes people out of the immersion of the game. It's disruptive. You know, they didn't want that to happen in Fallout 4, so they made all the followers cannot be killed, I guess, unless if you're playing survival mode or you kill them yourself or something. But anyway, the followers won't die. In this game, in Skyrim, they can die. There's a few that can't. Miol is one that is marked essential in the programming of the game, so she can't die, which makes her a really good follower to have. She's also a marriage candidate, so you could marry her, she'll be your spouse, and she can't die no matter what happens. Unless you kill her with, you know, computer commands or something if you're on computer, on PC. Alright, let's do health again. Anyway, so yeah, but most of the followers in Skyrim, now there's this thing called protected, where when their health gets really low, they'll fall to one knee, and creatures that are attacking you will stop attacking your follower and will come after you instead, until your follower recovers health. So they're slightly protected from dying, but the problem with that is if they have really low health and then you accidentally hit them with a fireball or accidentally swing your sword and whack your follower, you could accidentally kill them. So yeah, it's cool to have followers that you don't have to worry about dying, like Mule. Let's see, I can't remember if there's other essential followers. I think Serana in the Dawnguard DLC, she's added by Dawnguard, and she is also essential. She will not die. So I did archery last time. Let's do light armor this time. Alright.
I'm right behind you. I'll show you what I know.
And look at that, I'm already halfway to level 4.
What do you want me to carry?
I should go get some more gold though, so I can do this with him a little bit more. Let's see, what do I have in my... Hello! What do I have in my inventory? Do I have anything to sell? Do I have potions to sell? I think I do. Ooh, frostbite venom. I'm gonna use that. You must equip a weapon to poison it. Okay. Let's equip a weapon, huh? Let's equip that one. And put some venom on it. Yeah. And now see that little green symbol? That means your weapon is poisoned. It's only one use. It's not poisoned like forever, but it'll do extra damage to the next person I whack with it. Let's go ahead and poison the longbow as well. There we go. Alrighty. Let's go back to the inn. Or I'm sorry, the Riverwood trader, and sell some potions that I made and get some more money. The Riverwood trader was open when we arrived last night, but usually the traders are only open between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. in game time.
The sooner you find the...
I think the first time that you go in and...
steal from Luke and Valerius.
Yeah, okay. And you go in and you meet Lucan for the first time. He's like open regardless of when you arrive in Riverwood. You'll be able to get into his shop.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
But usually in the game, you can't get into the shops except between shop hours, which is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or roughly thereabouts. Let's see. Potions. You can take that. And you can take that. And go ahead and take all those. Oh, it doesn't even have value. I probably should have hung on to that, but oh well. I don't use the alcohol in the game. I mean, you can, and I think if you drink too many times in a row, you'll start having the effects of being drunk, like everything will get blurry. I'm pretty sure that happens. I don't know, because I never drink in this game, so... But it's there. It's a thing. I'll hang on to that. I'll hang on to that. Get rid of those. Now down there in the corner it says Lucan has 671 gold. I don't know if you remember, but when I went in and saw him yesterday, he had, I think he started out with 800 gold or whatever it was, and then as I sold things to him, his gold went down. Now today his gold is replenished, and I think that's a little weird, because I thought that the gold replenished every 48 hours, not every 24 hours. It could be because I quit and reloaded, because I think when you quit the game, like you save and quit and then you reload and you come back, the merchants will automatically like reload with their gold back full again. That's a little trick that I have used in the past. When you have a lot of stuff to sell and they're out of gold, then I'll like save and quit and reload, and then their gold is back. But otherwise you'd have to wait 48 hours for their gold to come back. Let's see. Oh, chicken's egg. I could eat that and learn some things. And troll fat. Oh, books. I gotta read that dang spell tome. I keep forgetting I have that. Okay, why don't you take that. And the girl's red dress and a horker tusk. And the roll of paper and all the tankards. They're not worth anything. It was said 0. I'm gonna keep that wooden plate so I can glitch through walls if I need to. Thanks, Lucan. Alright, that's lightened my load a little bit and given me some more gold. Let's talk, Faendal. Train me.
I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry?
And I've leveled up again.
I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry?
Alright, so see, I've already leveled up again. And now I'm level 3. Let's go with health again. And this time, let's go with sneak. Sure, why not?
I'm right behind you. I'll show you what I know.
Look at that, my archery is already up to 32, and I'm almost up to level 5 already. I started out at level 1 at the beginning of this streaming session.
What do you want me to carry?
So that's how that works.
I'll show you what I know.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but every time I train with them, the cost for training goes up a little bit.
What do you want me to carry?
So at some point, I'm going to have to stop and get more gold.
I'll show you what I know.
And I just leveled up again.
What do you want me to carry? Lead on.
Trophy earned. I just earned a trophy. Apprentice, it says. I have the platinum trophy for this game on PS3. That means I've got every single trophy in Skyrim, including all the trophies for all the DLCs. And I think to get the platinum trophy, you have to get all the trophies in the main game, and then you get the platinum. But I have the platinum, plus I have every single trophy for every single expansion. Hearthfire, Dragonborn, and Dawnguard. On PS4, though, I don't know if I'm going to bother getting the platinum trophy. Let's see here. Bows do 40% more damage. That sounds good, doesn't it? Let's take that. Nice. Oh, I'm going to be wicked good with a bow.
I've got
when
your
I'm
back.
done here. Can you train me to be better at archery?
I'll show you what I know.
Now, something I mentioned in the last video, and I'll probably end up mentioning it a lot, is the fact that the higher you get in level, the more difficult it is to level up.
What do you want me to carry?
And the higher your skills are, the more difficult it is to increase that skill. So it's really easy to go from level 1 to level 10 in this game, but really hard to get from like level 70 to level 71. And the same thing with the skills. It's like, it's pretty easy to get any of the skills up to say 90. And then past that, it starts getting very difficult to get from 90 to 100. See, now it says it cost me 430 and I only have 396 gold. So I'm going to have to take the gold back.
I'll show you what I know.
And I'm almost to level 6 already.
What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know.
And I'm already up to archery 40. And I'm hitting level 6.
What do you want me to carry?
Now, I recommend doing this with Faendal in the very beginning of the game.
Lead on.
But I don't necessarily... There are other ways to grind up your level and get your level up really high. And yeah, on PC you can do all kinds of cheats and mods and whatnot. But even on console, there are tricks to leveling up faster. However, like this one that I'm showing you right now. But I don't recommend doing that other than this one. Other than this thing with Faendal, if you're going to be an archer and you want to increase your archery skill and you're at the very beginning of the game and you want to get up to level 10 to have a fighting chance against your enemies and whatnot, right? Fine. You know, I'm all about doing this trick with Faendal. But the reason that I counsel against doing other grinding tricks is that in this game, everything's leveled to you. So the higher your level, the more powerful the enemies are that are going to fight you. The higher their hit points, the higher their skill, the better their weapons are going to be. So increasing your level doesn't necessarily improve your chances against enemies. And the other thing is if you increase your skills and your level without actually playing the game, like if you've never played Skyrim before, like I've played Skyrim, right, 900 hours. So, you know, I can do this and I know what I'm doing. If you've never played Skyrim, you really need to play the game. Like you need to understand like how the weapons work and how the sneaking works or how the spells work, how to fight against different enemies, you know, like frost trolls or like you can do more damage with them with fire, right? You don't want to use cold spells on a frost troll. You want to use fire spells on a frost troll or whatever. So there's like these little things you need to learn about the game while you're playing it. And if you level up really fast or you do the Augma Infinium trick or you do the dagger trick, the smithing, you know, tricks and increase your level really fast and really high, like you're not actually playing the game. You're not actually learning how to get through the game. So I don't recommend doing it too much. Like I said, in the very beginning here, that's cool. But, you know, other than this, I'm going to go for one-handed on that. Let's do a little more damage on one-handed. Yeah. Anyway, I recommend, you know, level up by playing the game. I mean, seriously.
I'm right behind you.
Don't do too much. You know, a little cheaty cheat here and there like this with Faendal. I don't really consider it cheating. I consider it like, okay, I ran into this elven Bosmer dude in Riverwood and now he's going to teach me all about archery and it's going to make me, you know, a better person, right? That's not really cheating. But, I mean, you know, it's story. It fits, right? It fits into the story. But there are some things you can do to do leveling up really fast and increasing skills really fast. And I don't know. Just play it. Have a good time.
I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know.
This might get a little tedious
What do you want me to carry?
while I do this. But I'm streaming every minute of this game for you.
I'll show you what I know.
You can watch, you can ask me questions. I'm streaming every day between 11:30 and 1:30.
What do you want me to carry?
And for every hour of this game that I've played, I've spent another hour reading about it, reading about bug fixes, reading about tricks, reading about tips, reading about how the game was made. And that's what I'm here to talk
What do you want
about.
me to carry?
I love this game. It's my favorite video game ever.
Lead on.
Alright, so I just leveled up to level 7. Right? Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna put one in stamina. Because if I'm gonna be using archery, I'm gonna be probably holding my breath to aim, so I'll need a little more stamina. That's cool. Let's see. Alright, I can do 40% more damage with my sword. Let's do that. Look at that. I'm already up to 45. Now if I wanted to, it means I could go past here. I could get critical shot. I could get eagle eye. See, pressing block while aiming will zoom in your view. That's important. I think we're going to do that next. Yeah.
I've got your back. I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know.
Now, Faendal is not a marriage candidate. And to be honest, I can't remember if there's any Bosmer in the game that are marriage candidates at all. There's only a few high elf. I think there's like one female high elf that's a marriage candidate. And I think there's like a couple of Redguard women that are marriage candidates. I just leveled up to level 8 again. Uh-oh.
What do you want me to carry?
He doesn't have archery to offer me anymore. Look at that. You see that? You know why? Because he can only train you up to a certain point. The different trainers in the game, some can train you up to like the skill level of 50. Some can train you up to 75 or 65 or somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly. And some can train you up to 90. There's nobody that can train you past 90. You have to go from 90 to 100 on your own. But anyway, so the ones that can train you up to 90 are called master skill trainers. And Faendal is not a master skill trainer. So I can no longer train any more archery with him. That's as much as I can do.
Let's get going.
And he helped me level up to level 88. To skill level 50, he got up to level 8. 80. No, my first playthrough, I was up to 85 level. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to go with health again because I'm a big fan of having lots of health. See, archery 50. So that's as high as Faendal can take me. So I just basically went from level 1 to level 8 right there. You saw it happen. And I have archery skill of 50, and I'm going to go for eagle eye. See, steady hand is good too. Zooming with a bow slows time by 25%, and this is 0 out of 2. If you get the second rank perk of that one, I think it slows time by like 50%, which is really, really handy when you're aiming. All right, so we're gonna go with that.
Then.
All right, we're good to go, Faendal. All right, bye, Camilla. So Camilla can be married, but Faendal cannot. I don't think Sven can either. Lucan can't be married. Alright, let's go, Faendal. I know, who cares, right? I mean, I don't know. Some people don't bother getting married. When I played through the second time as Silvara, she didn't marry anyone. In fact, Silvara ran around without any companions at all. She didn't use followers, unless it was Cicero. She took Cicero with her sometimes. He's a member of the Dark Brotherhood. He was like a little brother to her. She would run around with him. He was funny. But, most of the time she ran around alone because she was the super stealth assassin character that was all sneaky quiet and backstabby. Let me check my ingredients. I'm gonna eat ingredients that I don't see. Chicken's egg. It says unknown. I'm gonna eat one, and now I know that it helps with resist magic. Are there any others? I think troll fat. I didn't know that one yet. There we go, troll fat. I'm gonna eat it. Nom 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 nom. And now I know whatever its ingredient was, but it's gone now. Or its quality. See, those are the potions that you can make with those ingredients. Okay. Good to go. Alchemy is important to me because I do use potions. When I played as Silvara, I used only potions. I was an assassin alchemist. She did not use any magic at all. That was the challenge I set for myself. She was a Nord, and I said, you know what? We're going to not use any magic. And so she just used potions. That's one way you can play. Oops. Let's look at the map. I don't think we've done that yet. Nope, we have not. World map. Yay! Alright, there's where we are. There were the Guardian Stones that I rubbed, and then they shot magic into the sky. There's Helgen, where we were captured and almost beheaded. Alright, so here's Whiterun, where they want me to go and tell the Jarl that dragons have returned. And there's Bleak Falls Barrow, where I can go to the Golden Dragon Claw quest, but I'm not going to do that yet. And out here, that should be Windhelm, where I can go and join up with the Rebellion. The Stormcloak Rebellion, which I'm not going to do. Winterhold is where the college is located if you want to be a mage. And I highly recommend that. If you want to do a mage playthrough, just go straight to Winterhold and just do the quest line there. Just do it. It'll help you. The quest lines in this game are designed to help you with whatever play style you want to play in. So if you want to be a warrior, go to Whiterun, join the companions, do the quests. If you want to be a mage, go to Winterhold, join the mage college, do the quests. If you want to be a thief, you're going to come over here. There it is. You're going to go to Riften and you're going to join the Thieves Guild, which I will be doing eventually. When I first played through the first time as Zephyr on PS3, I went straight to Solitude because I wanted to join the Bard's College. Woohoo! But then I discovered that there's really not any point to joining the Bard's College. I couldn't be a bard, I couldn't sing songs, play instruments, I didn't become the head of the Bard's College or get anything special. I mean, you get some skill bonuses and, you know, the quests are fun and stuff, but, you know, it wasn't quite what I expected it to be. So don't worry about that yet. But yeah, and then like I said, if you want to be in the Dark Brotherhood, you want to go to Windhelm and you want to find that Aretino kid and do the Dark Brotherhood thing and be an assassin. Of course, you can do all of them. There's nothing stopping you from doing all of them. Even if you're playing as a warrior, you can still go do the College of Winterhold. If you're playing as a mage, you can still go join the Companions, which Florine, my third character, did. She was a pure mage, but she still did the Companion quest line, and because she had to finish that in order to get Vilcus as her husband, and I wanted to get Vilcus. So, you know, you can still do all of them. There's no reason you can't. But I'm just saying, in the beginning of the game, if you're going to be a certain character class, I would recommend going and doing the related quests for that character playstyle, or character build, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we're going to head to Whiterun. We've got some things to do there. Let's pull out our weapons. We're gonna head north. Ooh, what's that? A majestic stag. Remember in the last playthrough I said there was something across the river behind Girder? It was a mud crab. I realize that now. After I reviewed the footage. Now here's the thing, there is fast traveling in this game. You're not required to buy a horse, and you're not required necessarily to walk everywhere. Once you've unlocked, let's go back to the map. Once you've unlocked a location, you can always fast travel to it. How do we fast travel? Do I hit, okay, so see, I hit X. Fast travel to Riverwood. Yes, no, not right now. But once you've unlocked the location, you can fast travel there. If you have not unlocked the location, remember I said early in the game that I went to Solitude, and you might be thinking, oh my god, you crossed all of Skyrim to get to Solitude. Well, no, there's a wagon. Outside of every major city, and each hold has a major city, there'll be a wagon guy, and you can pay him, I don't know, I think it's like 50 gold or 100 gold or something like that. And he will take you to any one of the major cities. So he would take you to Morthal, he would take you to Solitude, he would take you to Dawnstar. So that's one way to unlock all of the city locations without necessarily having to traipse across Skyrim. And then once you unlock all the towns and cities, you can fast travel to them, and then from them go in wherever you need to go. So yeah, I paid the wagon guy. And that's how I got to Solitude. I wasn't super awesome and walk all the way across. Though you could do that too if you wanted to. But it could get dangerous. Just like Fallout. There's a lot of... Oop, here we go. Let's see if I... oh. Did you see that? How I drew my bow and then I like held my breath and it zoomed in? That's because of that new perk that I got. I'm gonna swap to my sword though. Since we're walking. And I'll probably be doing some up close fighting. Does it put my shield on? Yeah, it does. Okay. Alright, we're good. Excuse me, a little cough. A little tickle in my throat there. I keep hitting that. In Fallout, R3 is the crouch button. In Skyrim, L3 is the crouch button. I gotta remember. Or reconfigure it, or something. Sneaking is a good way to increase sneak skill. Which I want to do. Oh! There's some deers. Are you running right past me? They won't get mad at me. They won't be mean or anything. But I could skin them for leather. Look at all those undiscovered locations. See, it says sneak increased. That means there's something around. There's something around that's not detecting me, and it's increasing my sneak skill. Is that harvestable? No. Must be that deer. Oh, I'm detected? No, I'm not detected. Oh. Who is this? What is all this? They look like Imperials. Hello? Your friend seems to be having a problem.
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Okay. Is it imperial business to be merged with a rock? Are to be stuck?
Citizen, I'm warning you.
Okay.
Presence is interfering with imperial business.
Okay.
Be gone.
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Imperial business. Oh, he got out. Imperial business. Okay. Looks like some funny business. Oh my goodness. There's Whiterun. And Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's Palace. Oh, it's beautiful. Very golden. Doesn't it seem much more yellow than the original game? It does seem much more yellow. Maybe it's just, well, it could be the time of day, but even at different times of day, I don't think it was so yellow in the original game. Little signposts telling us where we can go to different towns. Hi, who are you? Alfred Battleborn.
Unlike the rest of my family, I've got work to do.
I have leeks to sell, apparently.
Honest pay for honest work. It's back to work then.
Okay. I've read some people try to make gold by selling, like they're like, oh, I went to this farm and I picked cabbages and I made some gold. That's really a crappy way to make gold, to be honest. Because you're only going to get paid like 1 gold coin per cabbage or whatever. And so, like, what are you going to get? 20 gold coins? Woohoo. What you really need to do to make a lot of gold is pick ingredients and make potions. Because you're going to get a lot more gold from that. And it's not going to take as long. I mean, there's ingredients everywhere. You can't walk 5 feet in this game without stepping on ingredients. Alright, where do we... Oh yeah, this is the brewery. Hunting Brew Meadery. There's some quests here. Part of the Thieves Guild quest line. We're not going to get into all that quite yet. I'll tell you, there's so much in this game. I mean, you think I'm talking about a lot of things and giving you a lot of tips and information and whatnot.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
But I haven't even scratched the surface. It's like my 12-year-old daughter said. I told her I played for 2 hours yesterday, and she said, oh, well, that's less than 1% of the game. And I said, yeah, exactly. Let's see, even she knows. Alright. There, I helped. I whacked him in the butt.
Must have scared him off.
Fight with us and you'll have stories to tell. Come up to your Vasker, if you're worth anything in a fight.
Hey, Rhea. She's a member of the Companions.
You handle yourself well.
And there's Ayla.
You could make for a
or Ayla, however you say her name. What is a shield sister, Ayla?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Yeah. They're not really like as noble as the Fighters Guild in Oblivion. They're a little more like, you know, just basically hired mercenaries that like to get drunk and brawl with each other and occasionally do things for money. Can I join you?
Not
sure.
for me to say. You'll have to talk to Codlac Whitemane.
But it's the closest you get to a Fighters Guild in Skyrim. Except for the Dawn Guard. Dawn Guard's a good one you could join if you have the Dawn Guard expansion.
Good luck.
The Dawn Guard's a good group of fighters. Anyway, that's Ayla. She's a potential marriage candidate. I think so is Rhea. And a follower. And she's voiced by Claudia Christian, who also voiced the lieutenant or whatever her name was, Ricky, in the very beginning of the game, the one that wanted to behead us. And she also voiced Desdemona in Fallout 4. And she was also in Babylon 5 TV show, And she's also in my home city right now for a convention at the moment. So I could go and meet her if I wanted to go to that convention. Oh man, no giant's toe. Oh, one of the best ingredients in the game is big fat juicy giant toe. Look, they're right there. 2 of them. 2 little piggies. I could take them. Come on. Oh, what a bummer. And that big old giant's club, you see that? There is a way to find one. There is one location in the game where there's a giant's club that can be picked up. You can't pick it up, but you can tell your follower to pick it up, and then they'll equip it, and they'll be walking around with a ginormous giant's club, and it's hilarious. But don't do that unless you want them to have that giant's club forever, because there's no way to remove it once they equip it. At least not on PS4 or PS3 or whatever, or Xbox. But it's kind of cool. Children had one. He ran around with the giant's club. And it was hilarious. He had the biggest weapon in Tamriel, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, I know I just said that picking cabbages and all that is a waste of time. But I'm doing it anyway. Because I'm a terrible scavenger. As you know, if you've watched my Fallout 4 videos, I love to take everything that's not nailed down. Now, there's another element to this game with stealing, okay? I'm going to tell you what. Some followers don't care if you steal. Some followers will get mad if you steal. Alright, and since I tend to like to steal things, I don't want to run with the followers that don't like stealing. The mercenaries don't care. Any of the mercenaries that you can hire in the inns, they don't care if you steal. But like the companions, like Vilcus, Florine, she never stole anything because Vilcus didn't like that. He would get really mad if she stole things or snuck into people's houses. Like here, see it says it's locked because it's nighttime. So if you want to get in, you have to pick the lock, which is considered trespassing, and you could get in trouble for that if they catch you. Now this stuff's not marked steal, so I can take it. And they don't care. So there's a guard right there, and he's like, don't even care. Just take those potatoes.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
I doubt it. Grain mill. Oh yeah, okay. I think if you have wheat, you can turn it into flour with one of those. Okay, there's a chicken. For the love of God, don't mess with the chicken. Alright, so we encountered our giant battle outside of Whiterun. That's a scripted thing that will happen the first time you arrive because they're trying to lure you into meeting the companions. Vilcus, Farkas, Rhea, Aela, they're all companions and they're all marriage candidates. So if you go and join the companions, do that quest line, there's a whole bunch of people. And there's a, I can't remember his name, I think Althor or something. There's like a dark elf, and anyway, there's several people that can be married in the companions. If you're interested in marriage candidates. A lot of people love Vilcus and Farkas. I know so many people that married one of them in their games. I mean, I did. I married Vilcus. I almost married Vilcus the first time I played. But I ended up with Stenvar, who has the same voice actor as Farkas. Anyway, Vilcus and Farkas are brothers. The fields around Whiterun are a great place for hunting too. There's all kinds of game. If you need leather, you can go hunting, get a bunch of animal skins, and then go make them into leather with the tanning rack that I showed you earlier, and make armor, and then sell the armor. Right? Make the armor, improve the armor, sell the armor. everything that you make at a forge and everything you improve with a grindstone or a workbench, you'll get smithing skill. And then when you go sell it, you'll get speechcraft. The Whiterun stables. You can get a horse here. There's a horsey. You can buy a horse. But to be honest with you, I think horses are kind of pointless, except for Shadowmere. Shadowmere is awesome. Shadowmere would be the best reason to join the Dark Brotherhood, in my opinion, because that's the only way you can get Shadowmere. Shadowmere is like a spectral, dark black, enchanted horse that, as far as I know, can't die. I've never seen... I mean, I've been through some hell and back with Shadowmere when I was Silvara, the assassin, and Shadowmere is amazing. Anyway... But otherwise, like the regular horses, they get killed easily. They seem to attract the attention of wild animals, and I mean, they help you travel faster, but to be honest, like I said, I prefer the method of hiring the wagon and just taking the wagon to all the major cities and unlocking them and then fast traveling between them. Horses is really if you just really hardcore or like realistic gamer and you want to play like it's really medieval times and you're not going to fast travel, you're gonna walk or you're gonna ride that horse to every location. But otherwise, I really don't see the point in horses. Salt, that's good. We need lots of salt for cooking. Tomatoes. But anyway, so yeah, if you want a horse, you can go to the stables, and you can buy a dog at the Markarth stables. Then you would have a follower and a dog. But dogs tend to die easily too, which is sad. If you build a Hearthfire house, you can send your dog to live with your adopted children. I'm not going to get into all that right now. And there is one of the Khajiit caravans. There are three Khajiit caravans that travel back and forth, and they have certain like specific routes that they take across Skyrim. So like they're set up right now outside of Whiterun, but in a few days they might be set up somewhere else. So, and then they are merchants.
Khajiit has wares, if you have coin.
Khajiit has wares.
Take a look.
What have you got, Rasad? Lots of things. Oh, that's a little toy added by Hearthfire. Soul gems. Soul gems are kind of like batteries for your magical items. In Skyrim, if you have a magical staff or a magical weapon, its powers will only last as long as it's charged, and you can recharge them with soul gems. You see how expensive they are. You can get ones that already have souls inside of them. See, that says filled with grand soul. And that just means that it's a super high-powered magic battery. You can also get them that don't have any souls in them. Like this one says empty. And if you have certain enchanted items or certain spells, you can fill those soul gems with the souls of things you kill. There's moon sugar for that elsewhere fondue I mentioned. You see how it's a little bit pricey. And there's magical objects. And lots of potions. Alright, let's see. Do I have anything to sell to him? Yeah, why don't you take my belted tunic and my hat? I don't need those things. Whoa, I have a lot of cabbages. I guess I'll sell him some cabbages. I'll save some for soup. Nope. Okay. Thanks, Rasad.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Okay. And the various Khajiit in the game are involved in some quests and whatnot. I think there's one Khajiit that can be a follower if you do certain quests. I don't think there's any Khajiit marriage candidates, though. There's a few Argonians. Those are the lizard people. I think there's like 3 Argonians that can be married, but there are no Khajiits that can be married. Not without being on PC, using a mod or something. Hi there. Who are you?
Halt. City's
What?
closed with the dragons about.
Uh-huh.
Official business only.
Official business, huh? I have news from Helgen. Will this change your mind? Intimidate? I'll come back later.
Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach at the top of the hill.
Oh, that was easy enough. Who are you, my friend?
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops.
Oh, he
Never
buys cabbage and potatoes. Okay, I'm good.
You should buy some produce from Carlotta's stall. Most of it comes from my farm.
Okay, thanks. And now we enter Whiterun. Woo! Now I had somebody, Herman left some comments on my previous video and asked some questions. He wanted to know if there were as many bugs in Skyrim as there are in Fallout 4. And to be honest with you, I don't know about the special edition. This new special edition, maybe they fixed a bunch of the bugs and problems. But as we've already seen so far, and I've only played for what, 3.5 hours, we've seen Imperials inside of rocks, and we've seen Hadvar swimming in midair, and we've seen all kinds of weird things.
Order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
So, you know, there's still little bugs.
I had my years of war and fighting. Senseless. All of it.
But the major bugs, I don't know. In the game I played on PS3, there were a lot of bugs. Okay, Fallout 4 has nothing on the original Skyrim. Fallout 4, I encountered very few like bad bugs. I mean, I had some weird glitches in Fallout 4, like where a super mutant would be laying on the ground like it was dead, but it was still alive and I could kill it. Or, you know, there was a few little glitches like, oh, if I went swimming and got out of the water, I couldn't draw my weapon. And I'd have to go back in the water and come back out again, and oh, then I could draw my weapon or something. Like, there was a few little weird things in Fallout. Aside from some of the gaping plot holes that were in the storyline, and some kind of really weird things, because I did the Minutemen ending and there was some weird stuff that happened there. But in general, Fallout to me didn't seem very buggy at all compared to Skyrim. Oh my gosh. I mean, half of playing Skyrim for me was figuring out how to deal with all the bugs and the glitches and the broken quests and the garbage. I mean, that's one of the reasons I played through 3 times, was because there were certain quest lines I couldn't finish. I did not ever get to do all of the companion quests until my 3rd playthrough with Florine, because when I played through as Silvara and when I played through as Zephyr, the companion quest line kept breaking on me. So it's really important when playing Skyrim to save frequently and to make multiple saves. Like, don't just save over the same slot every time. Like, save many different times in many different slots so that you can reload if something goes wrong. Now, again, I don't know. Special Edition, maybe they've fixed a lot of the problems. It remains to be seen. But when I played through on PS3, oh my gosh, was there a lot of broken stuff. There was, like, you know, things where people were supposed to talk to you and they wouldn't say what they needed to say. People would get killed before you could get the quests from them or turn the quests in. There was all kinds of like glitched, broken, unfinished quests in my journal. There was so many problems. Now, I'm willing to forgive it because this is a huge game with a ton of content. And so even if you have a few broken quests, there's still a million other things to do. Seriously, there's so much to do in this game. But yeah, there's some things like the Thieves Guild. Like if you want to join the Thieves Guild, there are a lot of things that can go wrong in that quest line. If you're trying to do the main storyline, a lot of people had problems with that, with things breaking and things being glitched and characters that wouldn't deliver the next stage of the quest or whatever. And if you're on PC, great, you can use console commands and codes and mods and you can fix all those things. But on PS3 and Xbox, nah, you were just like totally screwed. So yeah, my answer to that is Skyrim is way more buggy than Fallout, but still worth playing in my opinion. And I can probably, if you're on console and you get stuck on something in Skyrim, 99 times out of 100, I can probably tell you how to get around it. Because I've had to figure out how to get around a lot of problems. But long story short, the best way to get around a problem in Skyrim is to just reload an earlier save and do something over again. So make sure you're keeping lots of saves. Now this is another blacksmith. So here we've got the grindstone and the forge and the workbench and the tanning rack. And you can come here and do the smithing tutorial, the one that I did with Alvor in Riverwood. You can do it here with Adrienne, the lady blacksmith, if you want to. I didn't. I just went ahead and did it with Alvor. But one thing they have here in Whiterun, they have a smelter. There's also a smelter in Markarth, and I think there's one in Dawnstar. They're not necessarily at every blacksmith. Like, you know, you didn't see a smelter in Riverwood. But smelters where you can take ore and turn it into ingots, and then the ingots are what you use for making weapons and improving armor and all that. So this is just like an extra little step that you have to do sometimes if you're going to be smithing. I don't think you get smithing skill for using the smelter. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you don't. So we are in Whiterun. Ah, Whiterun. The pride of Skyrim. Doesn't look like much to me. That's something that Teldrin says when you come to Whiterun. Teldrin Sarrow is my favorite follower in this game. No offense, Faendal. But you know Teldrin. We'll have to go grab him. He's in Raven Rock on Solstheim. This is Breezehome. It says requires key. It's a house that you can buy. It's the cheapest house in the game, so it's usually the one that most people will buy first. Having a house is important because a home means safe storage, and when you start collecting a lot of items and you start wanting to have a place to store them, you need to have a home or some form of safe storage. As many people have made the mistake of discovering, they will store their stuff like right here. Oh look, here's a barrel. I can store my things in that barrel. It'll be fine, I'll come back later. No, all the things respawn in this game. Well, not all the things. Okay, to be fair, there's a few places that have safe storage where you put something in a chest or in a barrel and it won't go away. But most places, like these barrels, if you put something in there and then you go away and you come back a few days later in game time, it could be gone. So don't do that. Big pro tip there. You got to make sure you have safe storage in this game. So yes, buying Breezehome is one way to do that. It's like I said, cheapest house in the game. Or you can join some of the guilds. Like if you join the Companions Guild, or you join the College of Winterhold, or you join the Dark Brotherhood, and you do those quest lines, and then you can actually get living quarters. You can get your own living quarters at the College of Winterhold. You can get your own room at the Dark Brotherhood. you can get your own room in the companions, and those should have safe storage as well. Now, nothing's guaranteed because it's Skyrim and it glitches and it's unpredictable and all bets are off. But I'm just saying, when I played through Sylvara never bought a house in this game. Not a one. I got up to level 60 with her and she only ever used her room at the Dawnstar Sanctuary. She never had a house. Or, you know, one of the purchased houses in the towns. I think she eventually bought Herdrim, but she never used it. Herdrim's a house you can get in Windhelm. Now I've arrived in the middle of the night, so there's not much going on here. This is Tundra Cotton. I'm going to grab that. Do the ingredients respawn? Some do, if you stay away long enough. Skyrim has a weird kind of respawn engine, or like the way it's programmed to respawn. You have to leave the cell, which means like the little area of the game. Like for Whiterun, I think it might respawn like every 3 days or every 10 days or something like that, and that's in-game time. So like if you take items, pick flowers, whatever, and then you leave and you go to some other part of Skyrim and do a bunch of quests and come back, say like, you know, a month later or whatever, everything should have respawned. But different locations in the game have different respawn rates. I think some respawn within 3 in-game days, some respawn within 10 in-game days, and then some respawn within 30 in-game days. So it depends on the location. And if you're curious, you can always look on the wiki. There's a couple of good Skyrim wikis online. That's a guard. So he's right there to keep an eye on these shops. That's the general goods store. That's the alchemy shop here. And if I try to pick the lock and get in, that guard would catch me and put me in jail. And the problem with being in jail is you either need to pay a fine or you need to do the time. And if you do the time, you'll actually lose some of your skills. Because you're just sitting in jail, I guess, doing nothing. So skills go away. I mean, not completely. I think, you know, usually it's like one, you know, you'll lose 5 points of a certain skill or something. But I try to avoid spending any time in jail. I don't remember there being all these flowers out in front of all the shops in the original game. I really don't remember that. I wonder if they added that for this game. Because everything seems much more alive. Like there's a lot more plants and stuff than in the original game. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just haven't played Skyrim in so long. I played Fallout 4 for so long that I've forgotten what Skyrim looks like when it's all green and alive, right? Well, wood chopping block. If you had an axe, which I don't think there's one around here, you could chop some wood and then take that wood to Hulda. In fact, that sounds like a thing to do. We should look for an axe, Faendal. But let's go in and talk to the Jarl.
No lollygagging.
No lollygagging. That's Talos, the god whose worship has been forbidden here in Skyrim. So apparently Whiterun is kind of ignoring that rule. Nice, huh? Ooh, crouchy crouch. Here I am. There's me. I'm gonna jump up here. Hey, Talos. Can I get up there? Really? Huh. Crouch. Alright. Still trying to relearn the controls for this game. Let's go this way. Can we go this way? There we go. There we go. I don't usually play in third person, so I'm no good at doing third person. There we go. I'm up here with Talos. What are you gonna do about it? He's like looking down at me. Talos is worshipped by the Stormcloaks, and people think, oh yeah, okay, he would be against the Empire. No, he was an emperor. He was an emperor of the Empire. He was the emperor, like the man, the guy who united the whole of Tamriel into one empire. So Stormcloaks, they worship Talos, and so we have to fight the Empire. Like, no, Talos was the Empire, and Skyrim was part of the Empire up until Ulfric Stormcloak said, no, I'm going to kill the High King of Skyrim and have a rebellion against the Empire. And he did that. Okay, spoilers, big spoilers. He did that because he was put up to it by the Thalmor. Alright, the Thalmor want to take over Tamriel. They want to have Tamriel be theirs again. There's this big long history in the lore of conflict between men and Mer. Mer is another word for the elves, right? Because you have the Dunmer, the Falmer, the Altmer, the Bosmer, right? Okay? The men and Mer have been in conflict for ages. And the Thalmor, who are the High Elves, or a subsection of High Elves, want to take over Tamriel. And so they started a war with the Empire. And that's called the Great War, which is mentioned in this game several times, right? During the Great War, Ulfric Stormcloak fought on the side of the Empire. And the Nords were on the side of the Empire because Skyrim was part of the Empire. But then Ulfric got captured, and he was tortured. And he was turned into a Thalmor agent, or asset, or whatever you want to call it. Like, he's basically like this sleeper agent person that they found out he was the son of one of the Jarls, and they said, you know what, here, go back to Skyrim and, you know, go be go and sow dissent, basically. The Thalmor are the ones that insisted that the Empire outlaw the worship of Talos because the Empire was losing the war, and they had to make a peace treaty with the Thalmor. And so in the peace treaty, the Thalmor said, you got to outlaw Talos worship because he's not a real god. He was a man who was elevated to the status of godhood, and that's not cool in our opinion, so you need to outlaw it. But really it was a political maneuver. It was they did that. They orchestrated the rebellion. All right, they said, hey, let's outlaw Talos worship, piss off the Nords. Then Ulfric says, oh, we got to rebel against the Empire, because that destabilizes the Empire. That keeps the Empire from kicking the Thalmor, you know, from regrouping and throwing the Thalmor back out. Because that's what happened in Daggerfall, right? Okay, the Red Guards regrouped and threw out the Thalmor. And the Thalmor didn't want that to happen here. So, anyway, I know I'm going on and on and on about the politics and the lore and the backstory of this conflict, but that's the thing, is most people don't realize that's what happened. And you can figure it out by finding out information throughout the game but it's not obvious. Like, the game doesn't come right out and just explain to you, okay, this is exactly what's going on. You have to go searching for the information yourself. And you have to do certain quests, and you have to talk to certain people, and you have to read certain pieces of information in the game and figure all this out and put it all together, that this is the backstory of what happened. So a lot of people just assume, like, oh, it's Skyrim and I'm going to join the Nords because they're fighting for religious freedom. Well, no, they were set up to do this.
My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information before we...
What's the meaning of this interruption?
Hey, Erleth.
Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Girder sent me. Riverwood is in danger.
My job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
Erleth is a Dunmer. A dragon has destroyed Helgen. Sure.
You know about Helgen?
A dragon. A dragon. I swear I saw a dragon.
Approach.
Y'all, Balgruff is pretty cool. I mean, he's got a Dunmer for a house Carl, so he's not prejudiced. He's not racist. He's cool with elves, but he doesn't like the Thalmor. Hey, buddy.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
I did. The Imperials were about to execute Ulfric Stormcloak, and the dragon attacked.
I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative.
Proventus is the steward. Irileth is the house Carl.
I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem.
Thank you, Jarl.
Is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for
here we
someone
go.
of your particular talents?
Talk to Farengar. Farengar is the court wizard.
Let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
I love that little slouch that the Jarls do in their thrones. It's pretty hot. Alright, he's going to want me to go talk to Farengar, and if I do that, Farengar is going to ask me to retrieve the Dragonstone from Bleak Falls Barrow, and if I do that, that's when dragons show back up in Skyrim. So I'm not going to do that right away. I mean, I guess I can go talk to him. I think that's safe. But actually getting the Dragonstone and giving it to Farengar is when dragons will return to Skyrim. So if you don't do that, you won't have to fight dragons for a while. And that's handy if you're going to go off and join the Thieves Guild, or you want to go do the mage quests, or you want to go do something else in the game, and you don't want to have to deal with dragons everywhere. Just don't take the Dragonstone to Farengar, and you'll be fine. Now, you also won't find out that you're the Dragonborn, and the main quest line won't progress, but that's not that big of a deal. I mentioned in my last playthrough, when I played through as Silvara, I never found out I was Dragonborn, I think, all the way up until like maybe level 40 or 50 or something. I think, and when I played as Florine, I went all the way up to level 60 without doing without fighting any dragons at all. Or maybe it was 40 or 50. Anyway, I went quite far in both playthroughs before I bothered to take the Dragonstone to Farengar and started dealing with dragons. So,
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project.
You're not obligated
Go
in
ahead and fill her in
Skyrim
with
to
all
do
the
the main storyline right away.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
Alright, where am I going and what am I fetching? What does this have to do with dragons?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
So what do you need me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Alright, are you the only wizard in Whiterun? Wow, lots of questions I can ask him. Oh. So he could explain to you how to enchant weapons and armor. Let's see, let's go through here.
An old tomb built by the ancient Nords.
Yeah,
Perhaps
Bleak Falls
dating back
Barrow.
to the Dragon
So
War
Bleak Falls
itself.
Barrow is the same place
Maybe
that
you just want to know
Lucan
how to
is
get
sending
there.
you.
It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here.
Riverwood's not
I'm sure some
miserable.
locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
Yeah, I've already talked to Camilla.
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources.
Okay. How do you enchant weapons and armor?
Student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin.
Mr. Pringle says, I'm offended by Farengar's distaste for Riverwood. So am I. That's kind of rude of him, isn't it? You know, Teldrin Sero, who I mentioned earlier, was my favorite follower in this game. He loves Riverwood. He actually, it's like the one place where he has nothing snarky to say, because he goes around all the other towns in Skyrim and he'll say kind of snarky things about them. But he goes to Riverwood and he actually likes it there. And I like it there too. Alright, what have you got for sale, Farengar? For those who have talent to cast them. Yeah. Alright, so Farengar is going to sell some enchanted items and some scrolls. Scrolls are like a one-time use for spells, spell casting. To be honest with you, in all 3 playthroughs that I've done, I don't think I've ever used any scrolls, other than some scrolls I had to use for certain quests. Alright, so he sells a whole bunch of spell tomes. So if I wanted to get some spells, I could buy spells from him. And he sells soul gems, which are like batteries for magical items. Okay, but he's only going to buy certain things from me. I'm not going to sell him that right now because I want to try to enchant that. But like he said, the only way to enchant something is to learn the enchantment.
Neither am I.
You guys are both talking at the same time. I can't understand either of you.
Of course, Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure she will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I think I have to do this.
I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
Oh, okay. I think I have to do the Bleak Falls Barrow thing, and that will unlock my ability to buy Breezehome. But like I said, I'm not necessarily going to buy Breezehome. My first playthrough as Zephyr the first time... Oh, that's my alarm telling me it's been almost 2 hours of gameplay. I'll have to be going soon. But anyway, my first playthrough as Zephyr, when I played 500 hours of that character in Skyrim on PS3, I bought Proudspire. That was the first house I bought. It's the most expensive house in the game, but it's not terribly difficult to get gold in this game, and so I got a whole bunch of gold and went and bought Proudspire. I figured, you know, go big or go home. So I did. I went home and went big. I eventually bought every house in the game.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
But Proudspire was the first house I ever bought. I don't know what I'm going to do in this game. Haven't made up my mind yet. I'll probably buy Honeyside and Riften first. That's a good spot. So this is the Arcane Enchanter. So there's the Alchemy Lab, there's an Enchanter. And he mentioned that in order to learn enchantments, you have to have enchanted items, and then you basically have to destroy them, and you will learn their enchantments.
Oh.
See, it says you must know an enchantment and have a filled soul gem to power the enchantment. Enchantments are learned by disenchanting, destroying enchanted items.
I thought you were already on
I don't have anything to disenchant. So now again, like alchemy, like spells, like everything else in the game, you can completely ignore this if you want to. Some people get really into like collecting enchanted items, learning all the enchantments, and enchanting lots of things. And eventually I probably will too, because, you know, you're going to end up finding a lot of enchanted goodies throughout the game. You're not going to need all of them, you know, so you might as well learn their enchantments and then be able to enchant your own stuff. But for now, I'm not going to mess with all that. I'm just showing it to you so you know it's there. It's one of the aspects of the game.
Oh, what are you still doing here? The Jarl
I don't want to talk to you. I want to use the Alchemy Lab. Can I use the Alchemy Lab? Excuse me, can I squeeze in here? Thank you. So now I know that Frost, Miriam, and Thistle Branch will make... Look at that. It's worth 60. Of course, I could probably only sell it for about 30, but still. Restore magic. Ah, now I can do 3 ingredients. Here's the thing. 1, 2, 3. So I start out by eating the ingredients to unlock their first property. But you unlock the other properties by mixing them together and discovering new things about them. You can mix up to 3 ingredients. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mix these 3. Oh, and it didn't give me any new Oh, man. Usually if you do that, it'll tell you some new properties for the ingredients. But it didn't. So that's a bummer. Now see, that one... Okay. I don't have to use the Elf's Ear. I can still make the potion without it.
Off to Bleak Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man. Neither am I.
Oh, keep your robes on. See, a spider egg alone's only worth 5, but you mix it up into a potion, it's worth 30. So it's better off making the potion and selling that than just selling the ingredient. Alright, I've been playing for 2 hours today, and that's my limit. I have to limit myself because if I don't, I'll end up playing Skyrim 24/7 and never getting any sleep and never seeing my family and never getting any other work done and not having a life. So, we're gonna have to say bye-bye right here.
Oh.
Oop. Look at that map of Skyrim. That's pretty cool, huh?
What are you still doing here? The Jarl said retrieving that stone tablet is a priority, remember?
Dude, don't get on my last nerve. Well, that's a pretty cool shot.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
Farengar's all uppity. Yeah, he is. He's very sassy, isn't he? Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I will continue doing my Fallout 4 settlement tour series. I've got a few more settlements to tour before I've finished up with that. And I will continue every day streaming 2 hours of Skyrim with tips and tricks and information. I'm going to just stream the whole thing. I'm not going to do anything off camera. I'm just going to play the game. And if you have questions, please ask them either in chat during the stream or in the comments. And I will do my best to answer them. See you later. Bye.